This is the 2023 Hyundai Kona, but it's not just any Hyundai Kona, it's the Hyundai Kona N. The most sporty, fun to drive, great handling, and when you consider horsepower to weight, this is quite a very well-balanced vehicle. You really get quite a few features, a lot of features for the money, and I really believe this is the ultimate subcompact SUV on the market. It is most certainly the most enjoyable to ride. It even has the handling characteristics that if you didn't know any better, not that I would encourage you to close your eyes while you're driving this vehicle or any else, but if you did, you might forget that you're not driving a Corvette or something that is just a lot more intentionally built to be sporty. Everything here is definitely different. It sets itself apart tremendously from any other Kona trim level. Let's dive in and see exactly what we have. I borrowed this Kona N from my friends at Mike Morgan Hyundai here in Shreveport, Louisiana. So if you want to know more about this particular model, check out the link down in the description of the video and tell whoever you talk to at the dealership that Tom from Vehicle Visionary sent you their way. Taking a look, starting with the hood, a very nice look. The lines coming up off of the fender, working their way up to a peak right here. And then it kind of flattens out, but it works its way back up again. You're gonna have another peak. It's hard to tell here, but you do have a decent sized bulge in the center, and then we repeat the process over here on this side. We're going to have the LED headlights, the LED daytime running lights. I have the turn signals turned on right there. They not only look cool, but well, it's just good to use those when you're driving down the road, letting people know what's going on. And hopefully you can get a good view. There we go. We can see through the air curtain right here. That's going to help with gas mileage. Air flowing through the side of the fender right here through the front end. That's going to be helpful. And then the N logo, we're going to find that a couple of different places on the vehicle here. The nice gloss black front grille with the Hyundai logo right here and the lower grille, and you'll definitely notice all around the vehicle, the red right here, it works its way all around. You can see it down there on the door sill as well. We're going to have the nice red Kona N brake calipers right here. Where the rim is right now kind of hides that N right there, but it is what it is. And what about tire and wheel size? We have the 235 on the width, a 40 series sidewall wrapped around the 19-inch wheel, combination of the gloss black and brushed aluminum. And as we work our way up, we're going to have the gloss black mirror caps. I know a lot of you like to know about turn signal indicators being built in. They are power adjustable mirrors. You'll see you have blind spot monitoring built in right there. And let's take a quick look at the remote. Nothing out of the ordinary here, but you can see what's there, lock, unlock. You've got remote start and the panic button right there if you need to use that. You do have the N logo here on the back. And as we work our way down the side here, it does have the pinstripe right here. That should be in red. At least that's my personal opinion on the matter. The body colored door handles. And honestly, I think it looks good here because you don't have a lot of gloss black. There is a lot of matte black here, including the trim around the windows, the roof rails, and then we work our way here. There is some gloss black as we work our way off of the rear doors onto this area right here. But here's your rear roof spoiler, nice and large. It's also going to be gloss black. Everything is functional here. It's not here just for looks. Tell me what you think down in the comments section. Should that shark fin antenna on the roof also be gloss black, or do you like that being body color? We're also going to have the LED tail lights, all the lighting on the exterior of this vehicle LED, and a very nice looking rear diffuser. Again, there's that red trim that really separates this model apart, and the dual exhaust back here. Quite a nice exhaust note coming from the 2-liter 4-cylinder that's under the hood. In fact, let's open the hood and talk a little bit more about exactly what that is. Here under the hood is the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It makes 276 horsepower, 289 pounds-feet of torque. going to have the N logo right here. It's got that little piece of plastic over there right now. Let's see if we can get that off so we can give you a little bit better look. It's not going to hurt anything to take that off. I do like the way that looks. It would be nice to maybe have a smaller engine cover or no engine cover so we can get a better look at what's underneath there. In fact, we can probably just lift that up for you just like that and take care of that. You could probably just leave that off of there if you wanted to as well. We'll put that back on in just a second when I have 2 free hands. All of this is mated to an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. And what about MPGs? When you don't have your foot in it, what are you going to expect? 20 miles per gallon city, 27 highway, 23 combined, and a very respectable 4.3 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. I don't know how achievable that would be when you're out having a really good time. You do have the N corner carving differential and the N suspension. Electronically controlled, it's definitely going to give you the best handling. It does come at a cost though. The ride quality is rather stiff. And while this is pure fun, it will put a smile on your face every time you drive it. Let's talk about how practical it is. 19.2 to 45.8 cubic feet. You've got the carpet back here with the Kona logo on it right there, and you're going to maximize cargo capacity in a very simplistic manner. You're just going to use the release right there on both sides. You do have these 60-40 split seats right here, so obviously you can lower both sides. We're just going to do one to keep things nice and simple. Now, there is no spare tire here, which was a little disappointing to find out about, but it is what it is. You do have some tie downs built in, so you can tie things down if you need to. There is an available cargo net, and the cargo cover right here, you can leave that in or you can easily take that out. All you have to do is disconnect that piece right here and then just basically kind of bump it up off of the area where it mounts right here, and you're good to go. Pretty simple to put back in as well. Maybe just not simple one-handed. And as far as the door panel goes for the rear seating area, you do have the soft touch materials. Let me give it the armrest test. I think that's fairly comfortable. It's not hard as a rock. It's not like the plastic right here. So you do have 2 different types of materials. That's good. Here is the door bin for a subcompact, not a bad size. With the speaker right here, you have the Harman Kardon premium sound system. We'll give you a look at what the interior looks like here in the back seat. Now, there are no air conditioning vents back here. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because of the size of the interior. It is single zone climate control, but I do believe there should be at least 2 USB ports back here. That would be useful. An adapter will obviously fix that. A little bit of cargo could go right there, or whatever rear seat passengers want to put there. And then here we are with the fold down armrest, again soft touch materials, and the drink holders built in. And moving on to the passenger side front seat area, basically the same setup as what we saw on the rear door. A little bit more length, a little more size here. Storage area right here, a little larger door bin, and then we're going to have the manually adjustable passenger seat, but the power driver seat. Like I said, these are bucket seats, nice bolstering here. The N logo right there. And then we will have the Kona and N logos here on the floor mats, as well as the N logo on the door sill. And we'll hop inside the nice looking. It's nice to see something that's a little bit unique, even though the Camaros have similar, and the Blazers, for that matter, from Chevrolet, have kind of a round look like this as well. Looks kind of similar. Not a bad thing necessarily, just pointing out what's there. You do have the glove box that has quite a bit in here today for a change. Good bit of space in there. That's just the license plate holder. If you have a front license plate where you live, something we don't have here in Louisiana. And then a nice look with the dashboard. I would like to have seen all of that red that we saw on the outside come in and provide contrast with the black interior. Not a big deal. I don't think anyone's going to say that's a deal breaker, but just to tell you what's here and what's not. You do have some more connectivity options here in the front with the 12-volt power outlet and the USB as well. A couple of different options here. and then wireless charging. There is your wireless charging pad. And good news, you don't have push button shifting here, a push button shifter. It is a traditional style, fits the vehicle. You even have the somewhat old school power parking brake. Let's see if it has the old school sound. Well, not exactly, but I don't know if I can get that back down like that. There we go. The N logo will be right here. You're going to be able to select your driving modes right here. Turn traction control off or back on. You do have the heated seats. Like I said, these front bucket seats are heated. We definitely don't need that today. It's humid and it's in the 70s. Then there is currently the sunglass holder, but that's really the bottle holders or cup holders as well. And then here is the armrest that doubles as the lid for the console. If Jay Cutler is riding with you, well, his giant bodybuilding arms will probably take that whole thing up, so that would be a little bit crazy. Actually, I don't think Jay would fit in this car, to be honest, but what can you fit into the center console? A decent amount for a subcompact. That's not a terribly small size. It works. Now, one thing you won't find here is a sunroof, but you will find a sunglass holder, which is where I probably could have put my sunglasses, I guess, if I had wanted to. Let's do that right now. They do fit very well in there. That works. There are your reading lights. We'll turn that on for you. And let's see what we have here as far as our vanity mirrors go. No lighting for the vanity mirrors, but hi everybody. And let's test the visors out. Yes, they do extend, and they extend far back enough to completely block out any issues with the sun. And I'll tell you what, it's a good thing the oh crap handle is here. There should probably be one up here too as well, because you might find your passengers saying, oh crap, when you step on it and reaching for something to grab onto. And taking a look at the driver's side door panel, pretty much the same thing we saw on the passenger side. I don't have to tell you what all is here. I think you know. You can control those heated power adjustable side view mirrors. And like I said, the driver's seat is power adjustable. And so is the steering wheel. Drop the lever right here, tilt and telescopically adjustable. Nice large shifter paddles for controlling that double clutch 8-speed transmission. And we'll hop inside here and start things up. We do have push button start right here, which I think you would likely expect. And we have the 10.25-inch screens, not only for the instrument cluster for the driver, but also the infotainment screen. A very nice and easy system to learn. And I like what they've done here with the steering wheel. Like I said, you got those nice large shifter paddles, easy to get to, brushed aluminum, but they look nice. All of your controls here, you know what all of that is. But let's see if you can hear the difference. It does actually have some nice exhaust crackles, so we can change the exhaust note. Now, the NGS, that's kind of like a scramble button. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's basically when somebody needs more horsepower in their race car, they push the scramble button. It's not going to work right now. What that is depending on your driving mood. If you're out driving spiritedly, you can push that button, and for 20 seconds, it is going to give you maximum performance for the car. It's going to downshift to the gear it needs to be in to really give you that great experience. And as you can see here, we have changes that take place on the dashboard depending on what you do. And we also can change our driving modes. Let's just go through what we have here as far as the different looks of the dashboard. You can see we have Eco, we have Snow, and Sport mode, also normal. Now, speaking of that Snow mode down there, this model does have the summer tires on it that are not for driving in the snow, although that could be a very interesting experience depending on who you are and what the situation is. So let's hit the N mode right there and see what comes up. Check that out. I guarantee you there's no other Hyundai Kona out there that has this look to it or lets you see what's going on as far as the RPMs of the engine, what gear you are in. We'll go into drive, and obviously there is a lot going on here. It is really, really cool. The ultimate sporty subcompact SUV, that's for sure. But you still have all of the practical features here. The rear view camera obviously going to be there. We'll take a look at the couple of different views that you have there. Really not much of a difference. There we go. There's the difference. So depending on what you need to see, if you need to see if you're going to bump into something behind you since the vehicle is rather low to the ground, well, there's how you do that. And then here's something that's interesting. When you push nav, you almost expect the map to come up, but you can see that it's just navigation for the touchscreen and whatever you want to do there. Here's how you have that built-in navigation come up with nav. As we talked about, that's what that is. So just in case you were curious to see what that is, here's how you're going to get back home. And like I said, you have single zone climate control here, but obviously, you know what? I think we need to turn that down. In fact, I probably need to turn it down more than that. We can control the fan speed. We won't blow you away with that for too terribly long. And you can see what all is here. I probably don't have to tell you much about that, but I tell you what, the part I have been looking forward to is the test drive. But before we do that, let me make a point here, because I know a lot of people will ask about this. If you notice how the screen is flickering, the instrument cluster there is flickering, that has to do with my GoPro and its shutter speed. So don't go saying it's a Hyundai issue, because it's not. Just one of those things that, for whatever reason, these GoPros like to do. All right, here we are on the test drive. A couple of things right off the top of the experience. The handling, obviously superb. You can't compete with it with any other competitor that's out there, at least that I've driven so far. The steering is just about as tight as that of a high-performance vehicle such as a C8 Corvette or something along those lines. It's not exactly there, but it sure is close. Wow. So much fun. Wow, the handling is just insane. But like I said earlier in the video, it does come at a cost with a very stiff ride quality. You hear some things rolling around and sliding around in the interior because there's a large box in the back seat. But I tell you what, wow, this is impressive. I'm gonna hit that red button, NGS. Here we go. Wow, you can really tell the difference. I mean, you don't have an insane amount of horsepower here, but I tell you what, it makes you feel like you do. And the downshifts are very impressive. Even though it's just a 4-cylinder engine, it's not a V8 or anything like that. I can't imagine what that would be like in something like this, but we can sure accelerate out of the corner here. No problems whatsoever. Practically no body roll. With that stiff suspension, my goodness, it definitely handles everything you can throw at it. It is a lot of fun, but I tell you what, the stiff ride quality, if you live in a place where the roads are really rough, well, just so you know ahead of time, you're going to know where every little pebble in the road is. It just reminds me of a lowrider or something along those lines. Not to put the Kona N down or anything like that, but wow, that is really crazy. So let's see here. I'm going to hit the NGS button one more time and just leave it at the position on the throttle where I am. Wow, it just automatically, like I said, it's going to drop down into the appropriate gear. And my goodness. Woo! You can hear the exhaust crackles. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that very well, but it does have some good exhaust crackles to it. Just a lot of fun to drive. Maybe not the most practical vehicle as a daily driver. I don't know. I guess it just depends on what your situation is, but wow, a lot of fun to drive, a real blast in a multitude of ways. Definitely having a good time here. And as you can see, I have to stop, so I think this is a good place to stop the test drive. So tell me what you think down in the comments. Is the 2023 Hyundai Kona N the ultimate sporty subcompact SUV? Definitely a fun vehicle to drive, that's for sure. I look forward to maybe driving another one of these sometime in the future and maybe taking it out for a little bit longer. We'll put it through its paces a little more aggressively, who knows. But I definitely had a good time today. Can't wait to hear what you think about it. Maybe you own one and can tell me what your experiences have been. Got to say a special thanks to my friends at Mike Morgan Hyundai for loaning me this Kona N for the day, and a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, And want to learn more about other vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.